Hey everybody, Chuck Fulkerson here. I've gotten a lot of really great feedback on some of the books that I've talked about, recently. Talked about some of the technical analysis books that I've used and some of the trading books that I've read. Today I want to talk about something a little bit different, but still very useful in the world of trading and investing. And it's actually an author by the name of Malcolm Gladwell. Malcolm Gladwell has written a number of different books, and I would say that he's a socio-psychologist slash he talks about sociology, psychology, economics, and a lot of some really cool insights into his books, and I've found them really, really insightful in all of them that I've read. So I'd recommend reading pretty much anything he's written. I've enjoyed, but the two that I want to talk about the most are Blink and Outliers. To me, I think that Blink is a really great book because it really talks about the concept of thin slicing, if you will, and decision making. He talks about in the book, and I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but I know I've experienced it, when you go into a car accident. The car accident may take seconds. It may happen instantaneously. But in your brain, why is it that you can remember every single small detail, right? Down to whether it was raining or not, and it seems to slow way down, right? In the book, he also, he uses a great example of some artists were looking at a sculpture that one of the museums in New York was about to unveil. And one of the museums in New York, one of the artists looked at it and said, "Hope you can get your money back because that's a fake." Now, this museum had done months and months of research to validate that these sculptures were not fake, that they were indeed real. But an artist looked at it and said, I can't put my finger on why. That's just not right. See, that's using our gut, right? You're not always going to be able to explain why you think something is right. It's just going to be right, right? Okay? So think about this in your trading for a minute. Did you ever get into a position in a trade where you've got analysis paralysis? You're over-analyzing a position and you spend so much time looking at it. I know I have. And I think that can sometimes be the death of you. Sometimes you're going to have to be able to look at it and use your gut. Now, what is it these artists had that allowed them to do that? It was experience. It was experience. So in his other book, Outliers, he talks about, some of the outliers. So what were some of the situations that put people in a scenario, in an area to be successful, right? And one of the situations that, he talks about hockey players and how professional hockey players, depending on the month they were born, have a better chance of being successful statistically based upon the fact that they've got an advantage at youth hockey all the way down to there. And he talks about how Bill Gates had an advantage in what he was doing because he had more time using computing hours. And basically he says it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at something, to master something. And so it's putting in the work and putting in the time. I'm here to tell you, trading is no different. It's a skill. Trading is a skill, and you're going to get better at that skill the more that you put in. Now, here's the rub, is that you've got to be able to put in the effort and put in the hours and put in the time without blowing up your account. And that all harkens back to risk management, okay? So, and I've talked a lot about risk management in the past, and I'll talk a lot more about it in the future. But when we look at books like Blink, which is about making decisions based upon your gut, but more importantly, that gut is driven by experience. And then Outliers and how the experiences of some of the ultra successful that are out there has helped them to get there. It's putting those two together, I think, that are very valuable. So when you look at your trading and investing life, am I putting in the time and the energy necessary to become successful? And if I'm not, then how do I do that, right? There's no magic pill. There's no special, I'm not going to tell you that there's a special indicator that's going to give you everything that you need. You're going to need to put in the time and the energy and the effort so that you can get to the point where you look at a chart and you go, that just looks right. I can't put my finger on why that looks right, but it just does. And the only way to do that is to do it over and over and over again. And when you think you've done it enough, do it some more. So hope everybody has a great day. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.